Hello, hi. This is Evelyn Thomas. Welcome to New Spotlight Topics. Um, I scheduled this today because I want to react to a video, you know, um, about women not wanting to get married and the reason we have to, get society out of the hand of left. I'm not sure of everybody know what a left is and the right. But right now it's not about the left and right. So if you watch some things, these days if you watch news, the only thing you see on CNN, MSNBC is pushing trans, gay, and all of these things that have nothing to do with people growth in society, that have everything to do with people being demolished in society. So if you have a lot of gay people in your family, that all the girls in your family become gay, your generation end, because those people don't have children. And if children not coming into the world, the society end. Especially those that will develop a country, those that will care for a country. So with that being said, I have a video just to play for you today, just so you understand, what the left does and what they for. And just the one we're gonna play first is about, women not willing to share. You want to marry this person, you claim you love this person, but if you invite this person to go out, you don't want to pay, you don't want to do anything. You just want to relax, they do everything for you. That is so disgusting. So I'm not sure how we had to survive in a society when we want everything else to be on men. Men. And the more people that are committing suicide is men. The more people that are being destroyed on planet Earth is men. It's men that becoming a transgender and they're dying. Because if somebody have a relationship with them that don't want to go out because they don't want their gay life to be out there, and this transgender, you pretending to be a woman, you're not a woman, but then you're going out, wanting the person to, wanting to expose the person. That's a threat. And men taking care of threats sometimes it can be dangerous. And men not supposed to be a petty person in society. They're not supposed to be a weak link in society. So women supposed to be the follower. And when we are the follower, we're supposed to be a clean follower, a helper, in a way. But these days, women think they're independent and they can do everything by themselves, and they're strong and they're capable. Even if you're capable, if you're strong, know that you still need a man in your life. So we're just gonna show the first video of this guy. I'm not sure if they're married or what. He took her out, but he don't want to pay, and she don't want to pay anything. And she asking, and he asking her some questions. So I need you to watch. These are other people video we're reacting to, so just see what they're all about.
You want to split it?
Yeah, I'll pay half, you pay half.
Do we split the mortgage?
Well,
Do we split the car outside? Who
no.
pays the T-Mobile bill?
You do.
You have your cute little job, pay the cute little bill. This isn't fair.
You really want me to pay for all of
You
it?
want me to pay for everything?
You must have lost your mind.
And make investments for us and worry about our future? How about you take care of something?
Okay.
I think that's only fair.
You know what? I like what he did there. Do we split the mortgage? Do we split the car note, the insurance, and all of that stuff, the cell phone bill, and now you want to split the dinner bill when you invited me here? Don't fall for that, bro. Put your foot down, bro. Straight up, because she's trying to play you like a sucker. And that's her husband that she's doing that to. Imagine what some of these women are doing to you guys when they really look at y'all like y'all are disposable. Don't fall.
Wow, that's her husband. She's married to this guy. Wow, can you believe that? She's married to this guy? And she treating him like that? So, uh, let's see.
Fall for it, bro.
Sometimes a woman can talk her out of a relationship. You can talk. We do that.
Yes,
We
but
will talk.
Yeah, I don't allow profanity on my show. So these women, they don't talk like women. They talk like morons. They talk like real stupid people. So You got to be able to be very patient to listen to the kind of women because their language is out of the world. What kind of real decent man want that? My son can't marry that. So
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough.
do you hear that? That's the foolish people we have in society. How good of a man does a man have to be? Being a good man is not enough. So what is enough for her? Why will you see that kind of woman and you go, this kind of woman that just one night stand, you do and just walk away? Imagine you take this one for a wife. What do you think gonna happen? You do everything, she's not gonna be happy. What's gonna make her happy? You have to be funny. You have to make her laugh. What? Why does a man have to? You want to laugh? Go find some comedy show and sit down and watch it and do your laughing stupidity. What is this? What is
To stay in a relationship with them.
But when I say a good man, I mean like
the picture they just showed that guy? I don't know whether he was married. I know he passed away now, but I don't know whether he was married. But imagine that guy giving you marriage advice and you don't know one thing about marriage. Where did he even pass away? Oh, you know.
good. All that means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great,
healthily, like
but
he's a good man.
that doesn't mean that he's the man for you.
You need to leave that dope alone.
And you need to stay off that crack, man. Get out.
He need to leave that dope alone.
And
Right.
maybe when you're going through these motions of getting to know him, you're realizing, okay, he's a great person, but honestly, I don't with his humor. Like, he could be funny, but
and
he's
that's
not funny
and
to
that's
me.
why a lot of modern
Or-
women are getting 40 with 4 cats. And no man, because
Maybe that's what
he's
they
a good
like.
he's a good man, but because he's not funny,
I'm in between a
you
battle
gotta
right now.
you gotta throw that out.
All right, fellas, this is proof that you cannot please every one of them, right? Did you hear what she said? Being a good man is not enough to stay in a relationship with a man. To me, that sounds like she wants somebody off of social media, like one of those type of guys, an entertainer or something like that. A regular dude who's faithful, loyal, provider is just not gonna be enough for her. Don't waste your time with women like that, bro. Straight up, she's nothing. She's nobody. Real talk.
Do not act tough, no matter how strong you are. Let me explain why. You probably noticed a lot of these professional fighters, like boxers, wrestlers, and etc. They say they would never fight in the street. And there's a reason behind that, because it's just not worth it. For example, the other day, I was with my friend in a parking garage. It was late at night. We're trying to get out.
Okay, I don't really want to go into that because I'm not boxing or fighting, whatever. But just to see how women are these days, how we are these days. You know, we're not ready for anything. And these days, women, it's terrible for us. So people gonna go on the street and see that, you know, women aren't who they are anymore. The plastic surgery, they do all of these things to change their faces, changing their nose, change everything about themselves, and they're not who they are anymore. They just change to something else. So that's not a life. That is not a life where you are messing with your being alive, because they're dying, but still they don't care. They do their butt lift, their cheek lift, their whatever. Why is they have to be somewhere? I don't know. Because you got a beauty industry destroying everything we have. Even men. Look at Simon Cowell. Changed like so many times, changed your faces so many times. Why are people allowed to do that? And you're gonna have one thing I'm gonna tell you: don't have any celebrity as your mentor or your influencer, something. Don't let the people influence you. What is it? What kind of life they're living? The only thing they have on you is money. That's all they make. Who know how much the people got in their bosom? Probably nothing. Let's watch. I hope this is the video. I'm not sure.
The latest in a long line of New York Times editorials disguised as news stories was a recent article suggesting that most American women today do not have husbands. Partly this was based on census data, but much more so on creative definitions. The Times defined women to include females as young as 16 and counted widows, who of course could not be widows unless they had once had a husband. Wives whose husbands were away in the military or in prison were also counted among women not living with a husband. With such creative definitions, it turned out that 51% of women were not living with a husband. That made it most women and created a news story suggesting that these women were not married. In reality, only 1/4 of women have never married, even when you count girls as young as 16. While the data quoted in the New York Times story were about women who were not living with a husband, there were quotes in the story about women who rejected marriage. What was the point? To show that marriage is a thing of the past. As a headline in the San Francisco Chronicle put it, "Women see less need for old ball and chain."
I'm waiting to get married, waiting for my fiancé to get married. So I'm not sure what's going on, but hey, that's life.
In other words, marriage is like a prison sentence, complete with the old-fashioned leg irons with a chain connected to a heavy metal ball so that the prisoner cannot escape. This picture of marriage and a family as a burden is not peculiar to the New York Times or the San Francisco Chronicle. It is common among the intelligentsia of the left. Negative depictions of marriage and family are common.
You know, when you travel from Africa, you come here, you know, you see Africa, people get married every day. I mean, you know, your family get married, people do, you know, a lot of different things every day, but marriage is important in the family because that's how children come and that's how your generation continue. But now we have Gen Z, now we have not just Gen Z, now we have people my age in the 40, the 50, the 60, you know, going above and beyond, being naked in the street. You know, I never knew that women would rip their pants to the crotch all the way up here. And they do that themselves because the creator, you know, never make that enough. And then they stick a tattoo right there so they can show it. So if that's not enticement, who are you enticing? Because if you go out there dressed as that enticing man, what is it you're going to get? You're going to get the one that read with you in the street. The one that in the office that working hard, sleeping, taking time, working, you know, just putting the time in to be able to have a family, he's not going to see you. The only one that useless in the street that had no business, no nothing, absolutely nothing, just dress look like a robber. That's the only one you're gonna find because they are the one in the street where you walk, where you dress like a prostitute. Those are the one are gonna find you. So I don't think there should be a problem for you too if a woman can cut off her breast and be naked on YouTube and not wear a shirt and YouTube never censor that or take that down. I don't think there should be a problem to you too. But if it is, then you just say you're, I don't know whatever it is to call you, but let watch or listen.
Common not only in our newspapers, but also wherever the left is concentrated, whether in our schools and colleges, or on television or in the movies. Most famously in the Murphy Brown TV program that Vice President Dan Quayle criticized, provoking a fierce counterattack from the left. The New York Times was not the first outlet of the left to play fast and loose with statistics in order to depict marriage as a relic of the past. Innumerable sources have quoted a statistic that half of all marriages end in divorce, another conclusion based on creative manipulation of words rather than on hard facts. The fact that there may be half as many divorces in a given year as there are marriages in that year does not mean that half of all marriages end in divorce. It is completely misleading to compare all the divorces in one year, from marriages begun years and even decades earlier, with the number of marriages begun in that one.
Oh, that's what left does. MSNBC, CNN, you know, CBN, whatever you call all of these people, these news people these days, they are advocate for the left. They're just people that are working for the left. And nothing new, nothing changed. It's been that all along. We're just finding that out now. We're just all knowing that the people on the left just want to destroy everything and stay in power. That's just it. These men and women just want to stay in power and live for the rest of their life and live in a dictator country. That's what they're working on. So if you get here from another country, like from Venezuela, look at it, the criminal they just dropping up in this country now. What do you think they're up to? They know this will destroy this country if nobody do anything, but they still don't care. So now they're going to tell you, these are the same people that kill more black baby in this country. The same people that kill more black babies. My now 15-year-old son, when I wanted to have abortion because I was not ready when I went there, they was ready to do whatever. Oh, go come back next week. Go come back 2 weeks and I was almost 6 months. And nobody could tell me, you're healthy, the baby healthy, so we can offer some resources and show you places to go to get resources. Nobody did that. But all they want to do is to offer you what they want because government pay for it over there on the East Coast. Just so you know, it's not fun, it's not easy. But women do this because they think it is helpful, but it's not. But I decided to never go back, and I didn't go back. Now my son is 15 years old. So think about it when you're doing that.
1 year. Why these desperate twistings of words and numbers by the left in order to discredit marriage? Partly it is because marriage is a fundamental component of a social order that the left opposes. Moreover, marriage is seen as one of the social restrictions on individual free choice. These are not new ideas, even though they may be more pervasive than in the past, simply because the intelligentsia is larger and more vocal today. As far back as the 18th century, Rousseau said that man is born free, but is everywhere in chains. In other words, the social restrictions essential to a civilized society were seen as unnecessary hindrances to each individual's freedom. It never seems to occur to those who think this way that if everyone were free of all social restrictions, only the strongest and most ruthless would in fact be free, and all the others would be subject to their dictates
I'm
or
pretty sure he's
destruction.
proud of that.
Marriage and family are also barriers to the left's desire to create a society built to their own specifications. Friedrich Engels' first draft of the Communist Manifesto proclaimed the end of families, but
It's just men showing up. Rain has nothing to do with marriage. It's just men. Still, same men promoting things like this. You don't have money, then you want to buy expensive ring to get married. You don't need a ring to get married. You don't need a ring. Even the scripture never asks you to wear a ring. But people don't know that because men push foolishness. That is it.
Karl Marx thought better of it and took that out. In one way or another, however, the left has for more than 2 centuries tried to undermine families, including today redefining the words marriage and family to include whatever kind of people want to live together in whatever way, for whatever.
I told you, you hear that? And when you say this thing, people think you are a hater, you are transphobic, you are phobic. Every black woman, black man in power, they want inclusion. Inclusion not helping the black people, but trans, everything should include black. And those are not black ideas. That's not what I want. I'm black, but that's not what I want. Why can you ask me what I want before you want to help me to include gay, transgender, and lesbian? I don't want my daughter being lesbian, transgender, gay, all the foolishness. What is that? What is that in society? What does that gonna do for society? You climate change running around, you want climate change. That's your big climate change. Think about it. That's a huge climate change. If no baby come in the world, what the hell you're trying to save anyway? What?
Whatever reason. If marriage can mean anything, then it means nothing. The New York Times' long-standing motto, "All the news that's fit to print," should be changed to reflect today's reality. Manufacturing news to fit an ideology.
Right. Well, that's it for me today. So, just
The latest in a long
it is what it is. So, if we can get this country back from the left, fire all the Democrat senator, just leave few of the good one there that in the middle, that not far left gone, and the far right gone, the way far right, because you talking about Megan, Maybe they might seem some of them are real far right, but there's some of them that really love the country genuinely. So, like for example, Candace Owen, she loved this country, so she's not far right. So, I can point to her and I can point to Chariker. All those people are not far right. They might be part of the mega in door, but they're not too far gone because they love the country. Whoever loves the country will love everyone that belong to this country. When you're a citizen, you're a green card holder, you are a resident, whatever you are, but in legal, you got to go back. It's just what it is. All right, don't cut the line. Stay behind the line and start your progress there. Why I stay in front of the line? Because I begin mine first. Have a good day. Peace.